Next to the beautiful San Francisco Bay, 40 miles from where Candlestick Park once stood. We're at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. Has it all teed up. And off we go in Santa Clara. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They send a receiver in motion right. They'll run here from the gun. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
When one defender failed, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball, make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Taken in by Luke Musgrave. On the move, past the 40. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boys, and I love that.
They go play action on first. Has it at the 7. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Perfect way to start the season as their opening drive has reached goal to go. Try and punch it in. Punches it in. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers take a 6-0 lead right away. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. Returnable from the 1. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll run here with Tajay Spears. Caught up a tackle, but lost the football. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Did not want to start like that. They get their shot to show what they can do. And they cough it up immediately, and they're off the field in one play.
Did you see what I saw there, Kate? I think I saw the excitement leave their body as somebody else was on top of that fumble. If you're the type to believe in omens, well, this is a very worrying start to this game.
Throwing now, following the turnover. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. got to shake it off and keep on firing.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Throwing now from the gun. He brings it in. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them first and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Here's a give on first and goal. They're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
Hey, I get it on first and goal. Right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Ball at the 2 here for second and goal. He gets another shot here. And he's in for the touchdown. The Packers take a 13-0 lead. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with 1 end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get 1, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That one right down the middle. And the Packers drive out to an early 14-0 lead. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone, so the football will come back out to the 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They go play action here. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. Ran for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Second and 10 now. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Look to throw. Buys time, rolling right. It's cut right side by Watson. And a nice game here, but it's stopped short of the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much at training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Here's someone from a family of punters, Ryan Stonehouse, on to punt on 4th. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. So no return on that punt. And the Packers will take over possession. They're set up at the 35 now. Throwing from the gun here.
seconds to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Putting the receiver in motion. The give here on second. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no. It's got to come back. So now a much tougher task here as they come up on 2nd and 20. Running it after the penalty. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Talanoa Hufanga there to make the play. It's a gain of 6, and now they face a daunting 3rd and 14.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this run flying. It's some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Call that one a 44-yard punt. And the 49ers will go on offense. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Back now, pressure on its way. It's caught. It's caught and Austin. Give him 18 yards on that play. Brown gets him a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Spears running behind center. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 41. To the sideline, complete, and he's got the first down as he stays in there.
I'm sure Coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. A give to Spears, running right. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
connection on the last play, and now it's third down. They'll try and throw it here. Getting out to his left. Throwing on the run. He's got it inside the 10. And he drives this forward to the 6. They rip off a big chunk of field and sets him up with first and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You've got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. Spears trying this straight ahead. And they make a stop at the last minute. It's a gain down to the 1. First shot gets him 5. Still a couple of looks remaining. It's second and goal.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Now it's second and goal from the 1. Time to get the second quarter going. The 49ers set up inside the red zone. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. It's second and goal. Spears does not get in. His push is stopped just short of that goal line.
Chances of stalling this drive defensively seem bleak, but how about now? Look at those odds changing, Kate. Still not great, but you could feel a little momentum on their side. Maybe they can muster it up and get back-to-back stops.
Continue to swarm over to get him at the line. No gain, maybe just a couple of inches on the run. That brings up fourth and goal.
Well, this defense simply outplayed the offense here on these first 3 downs. And now they put this offense in the unenviable position of deciding what to do on fourth and goal.
Less than a yard, all that's needed on fourth and goal. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Watson with the touchdown. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on fourth and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
Just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. start to the quick throw left, complete. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Trying for the deep ball. He's got it deep downfield. That's a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers take a 13-point lead. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you think on the other side defensively they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. It's Deebo Samuel with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Spears on the give, headed right. And he's stopped. Now we need to hear what this flag is all about. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Now looking to throw. Austin's there to haul it in. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
Good offenses. Good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Throwing now on 1st down. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. They kick the running back in motion. Again, the throw now on 2nd and 10. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Looking for Christian Watson that time. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
3rd and long for him here. He's throwing deep to the left side. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Packers are going to have a long football field ahead of them on this drive. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
second down now, 7 to go. Has him on the kick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. There's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Third and just 2 to go. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love third down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down, they want the ball. But a third down run for a first down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. They give it to him again. Through the second level at the 40. And they'll finally get him at the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring up. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Going to the ground again on first. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Back to the well again. Continuing to turn those legs inside the 25. And he runs this one in. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers make it a 3-possession game. He's into the end zone and already at 3 rushing scores before halftime, Brock. So they either got to find a way to keep him out or he's going to run his way into the record books if they're not careful. Now we'll see them try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Packers stretch their lead to 21. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Edger and Cooper there to make the stop.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Back to throw now. Throw left side, complete. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
The handoff to Spears. And he'll be brought down after getting to the 47-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a 49er first down. They're going to stay on the ground with Spears. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. from the 42. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
San Francisco calls it second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. They're throwing it. He has the first over the middle. He's got it in the red zone. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. Offense set for a 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The 49ers will call their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
Desperation's a tricky thing, Kate. You love defenses when they're desperate and they're just playing on edge. But offensively, you're in a hole like this, the worst thing you can do is get desperate in a sack. Oh, it only adds further insult to injury.
Trying again following the sack. And guys, man, that's a San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers chop some of the lead off before the half. Reichert on for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the 49ers get it back to a 14-point game. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. He stopped on the return at the 27. Beginning a new drive here, but just 16 seconds to go before halftime. Play action on first down. It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The Packers take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Even though there's a lot of game time left here, Kate, this just feels like a mess for the defense. A little bit of desperation. You cannot allow this offense to find the end zone again in a massive sack on first down. That's the right way to begin this series defensively.
Man in motion here. Another try following the sack. He lets one fly deep downfield. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap.
Well, that was almost one of those nice choke plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. And this is Spears. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. It's a gain of 12 there. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
To throw here on first down. Short pass brought in. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot, second down coming up.
He's got Watson. He's able to cross midfield before going out.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Shotgun handoff now for Spears. And they crush him right near the marker. Looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that first down before the hit.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he's brought down for a loss.
On these first and 10 calls, defenses are always keyed in that a run might be coming their way. And as soon as the QB turned to give the ball, the entire defense came crashing in to bury them for a loss.
Throwing on second and 11. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. That is Lewisine. And the Packers will take over as he records his first interception of our season. A nice starting spot for the Packers this drive. First and 10 coming up. Simple dive up the middle. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy in midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
This offense will take that from their ground game every time. But I know, because I've been around this league a long time, runs like that, they're really hard to come by. It takes everybody. And maybe a little breakdown there on defense, too, to take advantage of.
First down, and they go right back to it. He breaks the tackle. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you're running on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
They go play action on first. Well, the pressure really got to him, but still good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in in the backyard, we call them alligators. One alligator, two alligator, three alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Second and 10 now. It's his running back. And they get this down to the 28. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it may not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding call. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. That holding penalty is going to make first down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. They'll run here following the penalty. Has a lane inside the 25. And he's finally hauled down at the 12. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
Okay, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course. But you've got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone in the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
This throw is caught. It's a Green Bay touchdown. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
That one splits the uprights. And the Packers stretch their lead to 21. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. Return starts at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Catch made by Austin. A big 34-yard pickup there. And that's a 49er first down.
You know, Ken, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. An explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. Hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. He puts some power on a deep one left. Big gain downfield. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Christian Watson with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. A 2nd touchdown through the air for him, Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
1 touchdown, you just might be right time, right place, but 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separation to the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. First and 10 from the 41. And a handoff off the gut. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, okay, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Another carry for it. And he's tackled for a short gain. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd down from the gun. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack them only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Hits him on the outlet. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First and goal now as they try to pad this lead. They'll try and punch it in. He's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Back now, pressure on its way. He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
They're going play action. And he has the catch, gets both feet in. That's a touchdown. The Packers have likely locked up the win right there. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock, he sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of... These two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
That one right down the middle. And the Packers stretch their lead to 21.
49ers, 21.
The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Setting up a throw. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And he can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. Pass was thrown for Christian Watson. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think it's fair to say, in the eye in the sky dotted line, without that ball being tipped, we are looking at a big game. A missed opportunity to push their offense and a great play on the other side to deny the throw.
They'll throw on 2nd and 10. He's trying to go deep again. Looking for Watson, but it's intercepted. And the Packers have it as he records the first interception of his young career. So it's been a bit of a mixed bag for him, partner. He does have the 3 touchdowns in this game, but also now a couple of interceptions.
You almost feel like, Kate, he's seeing most of the picture on how to... defense, but just not quite all of it yet. It's largely been good, as he said. Some nice touchdowns as well. But there's still a couple of these looks in coverage that are giving him problems, and he's got to figure that picture out.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And they get him down to a solid gain up to the 31. First down play, that's a 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Back-to-back carries here. And this one does not go far. And then it's a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Completed to his running back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he finds him enough room to get it up to the 42-yard line. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of reaction time you want when you face a draw play. They broke on it shortly after the draw started, and they contained it to a minimal gain.
Here's 2nd and 5. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively. Right? We love receivers that can run. That was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw almost ended an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
From the gun on 3rd down. Has him running the comeback. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Looking to the air here. Connection made with his running back down the middle. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
You just got to love that angle, right? It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the first down.
On first down, they'll run.
There's absolutely nothing he could do in that situation, okay? Defense broke through so quickly, they had him dead to rights soon after he got the ball in his hands.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Blown back, gets the handoff. And rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's a BYOB. You got to be your own blocker. It would have taken the entire defense piling on to stop him from getting that first down. Well done.
We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. Packers looking like they'll start this season with a win. This offense in position now. It's first and goal. The Packers take their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Four downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Packers put up even more points in a win. Just a great effort there from Brock to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young, Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
Samuel now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw. When you throw it that deep outside the numbers, it requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
They'll throw on first. He's on the move. And he can escape no longer. They roll him over and bring it down. They'll try to build on that big stop.
Yeah, we hear about it all the time. A short memory, right? We hear about it with quarterbacks a lot, Kate, when they make a mistake. But it works the same way for a defense, a whole position group. You have got to flush that big play, come back and play the next play, and boy, did the defense do it there. Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Third and a lone yard coming up.
Let's go.
Here's a throw. Complete beyond the marker. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a first and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. He has the San Francisco touchdown. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
That one splits the uprights. And the 49ers still have a lot of work to do, Brock. It's a 20-point difference now. With time ticking away, they prepare for a must-get onside kick. And this is recovered by the Packers hands team. They're going to win this game. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So it's the visiting Packers who pick up the win. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign.